Hello, I'd like to welcome you and thank you for joining me today. When I opened the paper yesterday morning, the first thing that caught my eye was 6 people dead and 26 unaccounted for. That was the numbers in a recent Amtrak accident that happened in Nevada. The train was on its way to Sacramento, which is near where I live. All we see in the media these days is negativity, negativity, negativity. Whether it be tragedy, violence, disease, everything's negative. We don't see the positive things indicated in the news, like people helping people and things like that. And the video game industry is no exception to this negativity that we see in the media. Related to video games, we see health issues related to video games, such as obesity in children, and parents saying that violent video games are causing their children to have violent behaviors and things like that. The parents, if they shouldn't be letting their children play those violent video games if they think that it'll cause that problem. But there are a lot of benefits to video games out there that get overlooked in the news. They're used in many different medical therapies, such as physical therapy, especially with the introduction of the Wii. With games being more interactive these days, there's a lot more physical aspects to these games helping people out. Range of motion, things like that. It's also been found that video games cause visual stimulation. They're used in visual stimulation therapies, and it's been found that it can improve symptoms of the eye disorder commonly known as lazy eye. It's also used in memory therapy in geriatric patients that are suffering from Alzheimer's disease. Video games have also been recently, in the past few years, used in a lot of training facilities, such as medical facilities. Medical students are being trained using video games. Military is being trained using video games. Some examples of this, medical students are being trained to do geriatric house calls using video game programs. They're also being taught to do surgery using video game programs. This gets them more ready to be active in the field, in the hospitals. They know more how to go about doing the procedures than doctors would have back when those video games weren't around. In military, video games are being used to teach military tactics, and to train the soldiers to hone in on their fighting skills. Educational benefits of video games there's a lot of educational benefits. In an article called Assessing the Educational Values of Digital Games, it's noted that there are 7 different educational values that video games teach. One of these would be dealing with emotional situations, such as anger and frustration if something's not going right in a video game. It teaches those children to deal with those emotions and how to react to them properly rather than acting out on them. Children's video games can be very educational. My children, for example, I bought them games that helped learn numbers, alphabet, colors, things like that. And they're used a lot in the video game design industry to be able to teach students how to make the different aspects of the video games. Today I've explained to you a little bit about the benefits of video games, and it's not that there aren't benefits, it's just that people aren't informed of those benefits, because everybody focuses on negativity and what negative problems that video games cause. But there are a lot of benefits if people would just take the time to find out. I'd like to thank you for viewing my presentation, and have a good evening.